And I treated that thing like a Ming vase. And I've had some of these records about 40 years, and they kind of look like the day I got them because I valued that. And I think a lot of that goes away when you can have a streaming account, because music just becomes this thing that comes out of your phone. And it's not what Robert Plant wanted you to hear when he made that record. He didn't want you to hear an MP3 through your phone, through the headphones that came with your phone.
That's what I love about you, that you have respect for the artist. Something that has been lost somewhere along the line. Like, I'm the same way. You know, Robert Plant did not want this album. I'm the same way.
It's an older idea. It's an older value set, basically. Where, you and I would hike to the record store and you'd sit in there and get burned by the snarky guy behind the counter. Like, what's that record? Well, if you knew anything, like, dude, just sell me something good. I would get like harshed out by these record store guys. They eventually liked me because I'd hang out so long and ask so many questions. They saw that I was a true record fanatic, and they were begrudgingly nice to me. But a lot of that is gone. And the Mecca of the record store, where you'd walk in and there's always like those three guys with no lives hanging around by the counter commenting on what everybody's buying. Like, well, he was better in 76. Like, just and as an older guy, I don't do that at record stores, but I am one of those guys.
I am one of those guys.
I really have to like bite my tongue. And go, not that record, the other one.
Why are you getting that? That sucked.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that he left the band before that.
Exactly.
He was having personal issues. And the guy's looking at you like, who gives a fuck if he had personal? I'm telling you. I do this. I go to Atomic.
Oh, it's a great store.
Right here, a little really Atomic, great store. Which I really like the guy.
I bought a lot of records from there.
Great people. And you can go to, again, I love Amoeba.
Yep.
On Sunset Boulevard.
I go almost every Friday when I can.
Do you really?
Yeah.
And what do you drop there? Like, I don't mean to pry into your business.
The last time I was there,
they always get you.
The last time I was there, I did $326.
Because you
got to have those records.
You got to have those records.
Yeah, I did 800 in cash the other day in Melbourne, Australia. It said 800 Australian, so it's more like 600 American. But I didn't hesitate. I had to have those records. That's when I spend money. You can tell by the way I dress. I'm not spending a lot of money on clothes. I drive a Mazda 6. When I spend money, it's mainly records.
Why you're in anything I've watched about you, you carry that fucking work ethic of yours like a fucking torch.
Yeah.
Like most people, they talk to you about being a Jehovah's Witness. Like, if I let you would knock on people's doors and tell them the importance of getting your hands dirty. Did you have a paper route?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
First job I ever had.
Paper route.
My introduction to the pyramid scheme of you'll throw 80 million papers and somehow you'll get $40. How'd that happen? That's how I got my first bike, saved up for my Schwinn bike. I looked at it in the Sears catalog. Maybe it was a Sears bike. It was green. And I'd look at it every day in that big catalog you get in the mail. And finally I had the money. I took the bus up Wisconsin Avenue to the Sears, bought the bike. It looked just like in the picture. And I rode it home. And it got stolen a day later. But I bought it by throwing the Washington Star, and Dan Rather was one of my customers.
That's right. You're a DC guy.
Yeah,
that's right.
I put I knew his son too. He was my age, Dan Jr. But I used to put a paper on the great Dan Rather's porch.
Hey, you carry that. My next album CD is going to be called Immigrant Mentality. I've been talking to Rogan about it a lot because it's when I finally started having a little success. Is because I threw my immigrant mentality in there. I got to tell you something. Have you done a DNA test?
No. Yeah, I did.
Was there a Mexican or a Puerto Rican in your family or a Cuban? Because you have Spanish work ethic. Like, you were telling one story that on the weekends, you'd work 40 hours. You were in school and you'd have keys to open up businesses.
By the time I was a sophomore in high school, I had the keys to like a few businesses. Like, they gave me big responsibility because they knew I'm not going to steal. No way. And I could do the inventory. I could do the cash. I could make the deposit. And so I was not great in school, but I had like adult responsibility that I really valued. I didn't care about school. I didn't like it. But I'd work like 3 or 4 days a week after school. And then on the weekends, I'd work 9 to 5 at a pet shop, run home, shower, jam down the street, and be an usher from 6 to midnight at a movie theater. And then on Sundays, I'd work a day at a surf shop selling skateboards and repairing stuff. And then Monday morning, bright and early, back to school. And then on the summer, I would like triple up on all those jobs and just work kind of like 7 days a week. So I liked earning my own money. I liked the autonomy of that. I mean, I didn't spend it much, but I liked earning it. It was not about like I have more money than you. It was about I am making my way in the world, and this has got to be preparation. Because I just figured when I get out of high school, it's going to be really hard for me. I'm going to have to be really tough and just learn about what a big work week is like. Because I just figured I'm an idiot, and I'm not going to go to college and survive. I'm not going to go into the military. I'm not going to have a bank job. I'm not going to. The straight world is going to be really hard to me. It's going to be tough, and so I'm going to have to get ready for that. And luckily, both my parents, they're extraordinarily hardworking people. Like they're brutal. Like my dad is like scorched earth. He'd work all night, take a bus back to his place, shower, shave, new Brooks Brothers suit, go back to the office. And my mom worked for the government, so she was overworked and underappreciated for her entire career. And I'd go to visit him on the weekends, Monday through Friday with my mom, Saturday and Sunday with the dad. And all of them, all weekend, they're just reading briefs, both of them. I mean, their weekend was getting ready for Monday. And I just got a lot from that. Was like, you just work all the time. And then you never had to tell me twice to get a job. I never had an allowance. I didn't want it. I liked my own money. If a guy has the cool pants from the Gap, like those painter's pants you like in the 70s, I'll buy a pair. I'll be cool like the kids. Buy my own skateboards. I just dug my own money. I didn't want an allowance. And I find, rake leaves, whatever it took. I just like being kind of in the adult world. Around adults, like seeing how money gets made, seeing how like things get ordered. I worked in an ice cream store. I learned about inventory and how to make the thing move better. I made the guy more money because I all of that.
Now, you are 57. You said it thousands of times. You're not interested in getting married or children. If you were to have children, will you instill the same values and principles of work ethic that you have, regardless of money or whatever? How would you raise that child?
Carefully, because my parents were very hard-driven people, and I don't know if the kid was really in their plans. They're kind of like, oh no, well, so what do we do with this one? I mean, they weren't awful people. I'm just saying they were like, oh, kid, okay. So what do people like you like? We like SpaghettiOs and the Smithsonian. I mean, they're so busy. And so if I was a parent, I would not want to raise my kid like that. I'd be more like my old friends from DC who grew up and have kids now. They're really there for that kid. Like, we're doing the thing on Saturday, and then we got this, and he has the homework. We're going to go through it. And I'm like, wow, you're really being responsible. And so if I had a kid, I would have to radically change my life.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.